Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing really well. Really missing folks back home, but really excited about this upcoming week. We officially just had our rest day today, and it's Sunday the 17th, so had a really good day of rest and just rejuvenation, and officially no COP operations at all today, so we just had a really good breakfast and said goodbye to the week 1 delegates yesterday, and then have been welcoming the week 2 delegates today, and I was really excited to meet everybody. The last delegation was incredible people, and I really missed them, and but this new group seems really awesome as well. So we're just working on our schedules for the week, and it's been quite an exhausting time. I think just physically, mentally as well, but just a lot of meeting people and thinking a lot, and definitely a lot of walking. I think I was averaging, multiple miles every day. So, but it feels really good to be here and just to really learn this process. I've been learning a lot about how much folks really work hard on these COP meetings, and there's just so much going on and so many people, so it's a lot logistically, and so I think just kind of getting the hang of it for sure. I've been feeling like the first week was I definitely hung out in the pavilions a lot more, the pavilions that really have a lot of different programs all day, every day. And so trying to go to everything is definitely not possible. But, I think for me, I felt like trying to get into the negotiation space has just been a little too difficult for me. But I've just been relying on, more seasoned people here to really try to give us updates about what's actually going on with negotiations. Apparently they officially started yesterday. Everything else was kind of pre-work leading up to the negotiations. But we've definitely heard some things about how apparently France decided to leave the negotiations. Apparently Argentina was asked to leave. Apparently the Netherlands was called out. So I really don't have details on any of that. So I'm hoping to learn more about that tomorrow and what's going on with all that this week. I've just been feeling like a lot of what's happening, especially like on the nation side, is more so a lot of tension. That's kind of what it feels like, and it feels like there's definitely a lot that's going to happen this week, but it does seem like there are agreements being made. I just don't really have the details yet. And I was reading an article that said there really is not a ton of news coming out of this COP, and that's kind of unusual for a COP to not have a lot of updates all the time. And there's really not a ton to on the official side of COP. But I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite sessions that I went to. So I went to a press conference with Brazilian Indigenous women, and there is word that COP30 is most likely going to be in Brazil, in northern Brazil, actually, like in the middle of the Amazon. So I think a lot of people have been feeling morally opposed to that, but when I went to the Brazilian press conference, these women asked if people could actually come because they want people to see what these carbon credits are doing to their land. They want people to see what these corporations are doing to their land, and that really hit me, because I would have thought the opposite. I would have thought that they would have asked people to leave the Amazon alone. So I think that'll be still probably pretty morally questionable for a lot of folks, and I totally understand that. And then another conference that I really loved going to was a CAN International conference, or it was a panel more so, but they talked about false solutions, and they really talked about how there's a lot of talk about natural gas this year and how natural gas is a clean climate solution. And so they really laid out a lot of evidence as to why that's not true. I think it was something about like it can lead to 80% even more emissions than just carbon. So They claim that as a false solution. There's also 480 carbon capture system companies here at COP, which is way more than any other year. And I think a lot of the experts are saying that, that's really not reliable technology. So they're feeling like a lot of countries are trying to really buy into these carbon capture systems, but they're not proven to work. They're not foolproof. And so for people to kind of put all their money into that, it's questionable at the very least. And then somebody else called out how there's a lot of nuclear companies here, a lot of nuclear advocates, and while nuclear doesn't emit carbon, it still does emit lots of different types of pollution, right? And like how radiation affects women and girls at a way higher rate than men. And so that's also not a clean climate solution. Also, just the chances of an accident happening with nuclear is just way too high. You look at what happened in Fukushima and places and Chernobyl and everything. And I think putting too much effort into trying to think that nuclear is going to be the ultimate solution is also a false solution, according to these folks. And then also geoengineering, which I need to look more into because I've also learned about that in school, about how geoengineering is also a false solution, but I would love to talk to more folks about that. And then also AI. Apparently there's tons of artificial intelligence companies here as well. And I think people are, saying that can be useful in some ways, but I think there are also a lot of countries acting like that's going to be the ultimate solution, is to have AI be a huge highlight of this COP. And but I think what I loved hearing the most though was that AI, is pretty advanced technology, but a lot of these developing countries can't even access the websites that have renewable energy resources available, and they can't access them because they don't have that technology. So it just feels like that's a huge disconnect here at COP, is that, you have all these really advanced countries trying to push this really advanced technologies, and these developing countries are kind of saying like slow down a minute, like we still need to get internet, we still need to get laptops, like we're trying to catch up here. And so they really need funding and help with that. So I just thought that was all really interesting. And yeah, I'm excited for this next week, and I hope that I'm hoping to learn more about all these carbon capture system lobbies that are here. I'm hoping to learn more about geoengineering. I also haven't gone to the green zone quite yet. Some of our delegates have been there, and they definitely said it's an interesting experience. So yeah, I'm excited to go over there and see what's going on. And yeah, thanks so much for listening.